In September of last year, I discovered a company called Jet Guitars at a trade show here in Germany. They're a budget guitar brand sort of comparable to Harley Benton and with a very retro 80s approach, which I'm a big fan of. And one guitar I wasn't able to stop staring at throughout the entire convention was their JS700 RD model, which to me seemed like their answer to a Kramer Beretta. So we exchanged business cards right then and there. I got home, and a few emails later, I had a JS700 of my own. And here she is. Isn't it beautiful? This thing already punches far above its weight class both in sound and playability, but I want to see how much I can really get out of it. But first, a brief review. Basswood body, roasted maple neck and fretboard, 22 frets, one in-house J87 humbucker, one volume, one latching kill switch, and one Wilkinson Floyd Rose style tremolo, which is a very good choice over the Floyd Rose Special, may I say. The frets are filed to absolute perfection, and by the way, I do these balloon tests in every video, but really they don't prove much besides the fact that Germany is a more humid place than some others, because if you live in a very dry environment, the wood is going to shrink and the frets are going to stick out and they would break the balloon. So, but yeah, fret nice. Good fret job. It appears I have run out of balloons, so who's up for a white glove test, I suppose? Don't clip this. This looks like weird fetish porn. Look at that. No damage. And overall, this thing just plays and sounds fantastic. There is one minor issue with it though, and I would be remiss if I kept it from you, so see for yourself. I assume this issue lies within the bridge saddle, so it's nothing that can't be fixed with a $10 triangle file and 5 minutes of my time, but I had to mention it nevertheless. Now, this only occurs when you dive slightly with the Floyd Rose, so I actually didn't notice initially, but yeah, it's not a deal breaker, it's just a little bit annoying right now, but it's an easy fix. To make this thing all that it can be, I'll first have to fix this trem issue. Now, I won't actually replace this Wilkinson tremolo because, again, this is much better than something like a Floyd Rose Special, and replacing it with a Schala or Godot Floyd Rose or even an original isn't really worth the investment to me because of how well this thing holds tune. What I will be replacing, however, is the single bridge pickup, and to take the place of this in-house Jet J87 humbucker, I've enlisted the help of Lace Pickups, who have sent out this gorgeous red Alumitone Death Bucket pickup. Now, you might be able to tell that I've been pretty into Lace Pickups lately, and if you want some of your own, there are affiliate links for them and everything else I use in this video down in the description. And thank you to Lace for sending this bad boy out free of charge. To go with the pickups, as usual, I've got a 250 kilo ohm pot because you really need to have the right resistance for Lace Pickups to sound their best. And while at the NAMM show this January, I rediscovered a company that I actually bought something from last year called Q Parts, and they had a knob with a red top that would be the perfect replacement for this boring chrome one and go with the overall red color scheme of the guitar. So while $8 seemed a little steep for a single knob, it's what it's, you know? So, as usual, we start off by removing all of the existing hardware and electronics from the guitar, leaving only the bare body for us to have our way with, if you will. In an effort to make a joke out of the fact that the company is called Jet Guitars, I had this US Air Force stencil printed up to make it a bit of a Top Gun themed guitar. Now, technically it is just a guitar with a US Air Force emblem on it, but I'm going to call it a Top Gun themed guitar for both political and clickbait reasons. I suppose I could dub it the Maverick for extra authenticity. So now comes the time to carefully apply the stencil, making sure it doesn't bubble anywhere where it actually matters, sand the area that's to be painted with some very fine sandpaper, tape it up nice and neat, and then spend an entire day periodically applying thin coats of paint and letting them dry. And it's time for the grand reveal. Let's remove the stencil and tape. Now, a tiny bit of black paint seems to have made its way through the tape in some freak accident, but it is what it is, you can't change the past, let's move on. I gave the guitar a quick polish to get rid of any of the sticky masking tape residue, and now it's time to lay out the plan. And by the way, links for everything I use in all of my videos are always in the description. And you don't have to buy those particular things, you can do all of your gear shopping through my Thoman and Sweetwater links, and it supports the channel at no extra cost for you. The kind folks at All Parts were gracious enough to send over one of these red metal Tessie kill switches, which will go perfectly with the red aluminium on the new pickup. That, the pickup, and a solid shaft 250k All Parts pot, and that basically concludes our upgrades. Okay, so the original layout of this guitar was a bit different than what I'm gonna go for. It was a volume knob here, and then this latching kill switch here, but I'm going to be going for something a bit different because I have this momentary kill switch I was sent by All Parts, meaning that I'm going to need quicker access to it with my hand here, and a volume knob in the way here is not going to work. So this momentary kill switch is going to go here, and then I have this solid shaft 250 kilo ohm volume knob that is going to go here. Problem though, because of course there is. This hole is too wide for the shaft of the knob. This hole is too small for the shaft of the button. So I'm going to have to widen this hole, which is not the end of the world at all, but I'm going to have to use some wood glue and matches or dowels or whatever to resize this one and make it smaller so this thing fits. So, after some careful resizing of the kill switch hole to create a very snug fit, as well as shoving a bunch of stick fragments into the other hole to create an equally snug and rock-solid fit, it's now time to attach the pickup, this time in a black mounting ring because cream really wouldn't go with the new aesthetic of the guitar, and then let's get soldering. And now that that's done, I can reattach the neck, to which I've made no changes because it's brand new, and since the guitar has a double locking tremolo, it also really didn't need any new tuners either. And so it fills me with joy to finally share with you my newest creation, the Jet Guitar's Maverick. And with this beast now complete, all I still need is an equally badass permanent accessory to go with it. And that is where my good friends over at Rocket Music Gear come in. There is a link in the description to the Rocket Music Gear store where you can buy, not this strap yet, because I think these are currently out of stock just because of how badass they are, but they will be back in stock soon, and all of their other really, really cool straps. Because why wear a bland, boring strap if you can have this to go along with your Top Gun themed guitar? So let's give the Maverick a spin, why don't we?
You never say hello to you until you got it on the red line overload. You never know what you can do until you got it up as high as you can go.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Jet Guitars for the guitar. Thanks to Lace for the pickup. Thanks to All Parts for the everything else. And thanks to Rocket Music. Yeah, thanks to everybody. All the links are in the description. All my social media links in the description as well, in the link tree. Subscribe, hit the bell, like the video if you like it, leave a comment, and I'll see you around.